Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where amazing stories are shared.
And be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Parker Daniels Show, where we make changes and no excuses. Today, everybody, oh my God, I have a very, very special treat for you guys. He is coming to you live, loud, and in color from Florida. Y'all give it up for Zephyrin. Hi, Zephyrin.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good and colored.
So the first thing I want to talk to you about today is let everybody know exactly where you're from and how you lost your sight.
Well, I am from Florida. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida right now. Grew up in Miami. I lost my sight. It was basically over time. It was a retina detachment. They detected it around 6, 7. The getting close to paper, squinting to see the TV, things like that. And I actually lost my sight in my right eye, but I didn't notice it. And the doctor came along and did a surgery on my left eye, so I went totally blind.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a couple of months later, that doctor left town, and another doctor came in and brought it back in my left eye.
Okay.
And I held on to it until I was 30.
Okay.
And at the age of 30, I was wearing contacts then, and I was getting so many headaches and sleepy while I'm working and stuff. So I just stopped wearing them and just let my sight go. So for the past 9 years, I've been totally blind.
Okay. So what are some of the things that you, some of the challenges you ran into? I know we talked about it a little bit before, but I want to bring it out to our listening audience and viewing audience.
Well, challenges, I think the biggest challenge for someone that's losing their sight is coming to grips with it. I did not want to use a cane. I just totally refused. I didn't care how many poles or people I walked into, I just would not use it. I guess it was just basically accepting it, accepting the fact that, the basketball goal was getting harder to see. Footballs couldn't be thrown long distance to me anymore. And even down to when I had my second child, it was hard for me to see his face. And I think once I got tired of that, it was just like, okay, I don't need it anymore. It's not useful anymore.
Okay. And some of the things that you were sharing with me, because you said that we were off camera, how you were really into athletics, sports. What are some of the things that you miss? I know you mentioned even personal things in your life that you miss now that you don't have your sight.
I miss playing sports. I miss playing football. I miss getting hit. I miss dunking the basketball. I miss riding a bike. Even down to traveling, because I travel a lot, seeing the scenery, as you're coming in on the airplane, looking down and looking at the scenery. I haven't seen my youngest child's face ever. My children have gotten older now, and I don't know how they look. It's just a lot of things that I would want to see, but I don't think about it, because thinking about it can cause a blind person to be depressed, and depression is not good because you know what comes after that. So yes. I try not to think about it. I don't think about it. I'm sorry. I just don't. I get it out of my mind. And even down to when people ask me, oh, there's surgeries now, or have you prayed about it? Like, you know what? Things are the way they are for a reason. And I believe that. If there was something that was going to happen, it'll happen, or maybe it would have happened, but I'm not waiting for it.
Okay. So my other question to you, you gave me a little interesting story about how you chose the path that you're on now. So do you mind sharing with our audience what is it that you do now and the backstory behind that?
Okay. Well, now I'm a stand-up comedian and actor. I've been in a couple small movies, web series. I go on stage a few times a week. I travel. It's what I love doing. I love to entertain. And it came about because growing up, you know, anyone who's disabled would know that you're different. And other children can be very cruel. And I was actually one of them too, because we've all been children. You tend to laugh at things that aren't normal.
Exactly.
And growing up, I learned to defend myself by making people laugh. You know, if someone says something to me, oh, look at those big glasses he's wearing. You know, I found ways to get back at them. So I became known throughout school as the guy that's going to say something back to you.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't go to any blind schools. I didn't do that type of stuff. I was in ESC classes, but, you know, during the day, I probably had 2, and the rest were all regular classes, mainstream. So I was used to mingling with the standard crap.
Children. Yeah.
So, you know, I wasn't normal, but I was on a normal level in my head.
Right.
When it came to those papers and books and things and function. And so I had to defend myself, and I made a lot of friends by not letting anybody bully me, you know?
Right.
And, you know, I went through high school. I started doing music. I was running track. I started playing goalball, Paralympic sport for blind athletes. And when I got out of school, I was still doing music, and I decided to let it go. And I got a 9-to-5 that I held for about 10 years, exactly 10 years. And during that time, I was being me, being witty, and one of my cousins, who's a professional musician of black violin. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but he signed me up for a comedy class. He was like, I want you to take this class because I think it'll be cool for you. I was like, I don't. He was like, just take it, just see what happens. And the class was 6 weeks, and at the end of the 6 weeks, they put us on stage, and I was a hit, and the rest has just been me hitting it hard, and I've been having fun with it.